So 2 years ago I made a video on the Chainsaw Man anime back when it was airing, and 2 years later I finally read the manga, and here's my thoughts on it. Long story short, I love it. I think it's really good. I think it's absolutely worth the hype. This video isn't scripted or anything. Warning, there is spoilers for all the part 1 of Chainsaw Man. When I'm recording this, I just finished volume 11 a couple hours ago. I have volume 12, but I haven't started it yet. Where to start? I love Denji as a main character. I think he's pretty unique, and I found him really likable and endearing. I just feel bad for Denji throughout this whole thing, because every single moment, like, it feels like he can't have like any peace or anything like that, at all. Because Makima is pretty much, I'll talk about her later, and I think she's a fantastic character and a fantastic villain. She's pretty much like modern day Aizen or something, just like planning everything from the shadows and all that. But yeah, I find Denji really interesting and intriguing. He's a unique character, and he has like pretty simple motivations for most of part 1, which most of your average like normal shonen characters will be like, I want to get stronger, I want to be the best this, I want to help my friends and all that. Denji's different. Denji's the type of guy who just sit back on a Sunday afternoon and drink a cold beer. He's like just kind of wants like a simple basic life. Later on in I think volume 5, like Reize is like that's just the bare minimum and all that, because Denji's life is just horrible. This man's been killing devils since he was like a little kid with Pachita, and like in volume 1 he makes like his contract with Pachita and all that, and now he's basically Makima's dog, figuratively and very literally his dog, her dog. Yeah, I like Denji's development over the series. For example, with Himeno, I don't know what. Okay, Himeno died. He was kind of questioning if he still had like, a human heart, like a conscience and all that, because he didn't feel anything when she died and all that. But we see like later on where he's, I think, in multiple battles where he doesn't really want to cause any casualties or like get random people, innocent people hurt and all that. There's like a lot of like subtle like little character development. Denji is, I guess, becoming more human during the course of the manga, and by volume 11 he reiterates his goals at the end, where it's like, I want to be Chainsaw Man, I want to have tons of sex, I want to have tons of girlfriends and all that. And out of context it'd be like, oh, what a pig, what the hell. But for me personally, I think that kind of represents he has like higher aspirations now. He doesn't really want the bare minimum anymore. And yeah, I think he has really good character development throughout all of Chainsaw Man. I like a lot of side characters. I like Power more than I thought I would, honestly. So I felt really sad when she died. But even though I knew she died, considering that's like one of the most spoiled things ever, there's a lot of shit post edits of it. But there is a chance she can come back, and hopefully she does, or will at some point. I ended up liking Aki a lot more too. His powers suck. I said it on Twitter, but I think his powers suck. But that's a different discussion for another day. He was a really interesting character for me. I felt really bad when sad when he died. Fujimoto got me to care about these side characters, and I didn't think I was gonna care a lot much about, because on the surface it kind of looks like just a basic generic trio. But I think all 3 characters are really well written, in a lot of aspects. I think the artwork is. Hi, editing Daniel here. I'm here to re-record this section because I don't think I articulated myself very well during the whole art section. Basically, what I'm trying to say is I really like the art in Chainsaw Man. I like how kind of unique the art style is, compared to other manga that I've read. It's not as highly detailed as something like Vagabond or something like that, but I think the artwork is really good. I like how kind of crude it looks at times. One thing I do really like is the inking in a lot of the fights. I think that's really good. One thing I really love that I've noticed recently is the backgrounds. I really love how the backgrounds look in this manga. I've noticed I've been more in the second part of Chainsaw Man. Since I've recorded this, I've started reading part 2. Yeah, I really like the art style. It's pretty much kind of it, And yeah, okay, back to pre-recorded Daniel. Makima, I think she's a really cool, interesting villain. She's definitely one of the better villains I've read. Obviously, coming into Chainsaw Man, the manga, I kind of knew she was already the villain, especially because, I do like power scaling, and I know she's pretty OP, and she's always in like, can she beat Gojo? Can she beat Wonder Review? So after reading the manga, I can confidently say, no, she can't. But she's still really overpowered in this universe. Yeah, and you know, throughout all of Chainsaw Man, you get like really kind of subtle hits. Like, she's really not the good guy. I think your first red flag should be when I think during like the first encounter with the Katana Man, and the I forgot the chick's name, but she was like the Snake Devil, where you know Makima gets shot and just comes back to life and does like the whole, you know, hand sign thing, you know, blowing up people's heads and all that. I think that's like the first red flag for a lot of people. But we got other red flags, you know, throughout the series. Like for example, when you know, Reize was going to meet Denji for after, you know, the whole battle and all that, and she just like sneaks up on her with the Angel Devil and all that. And yeah, there's a lot of, you know, red flags throughout the entire series with Makima and all that. You know, I like some of the other fiends, you know. I do love the Chainsaw Man like power system, I guess you could call it. I love how it's kind of different and all that. It's really interesting, you know, because it's based on like the fears of like humanity and all that stuff. I find it really interesting, and I think they're definitely going to explore that more in depth in part 2, you know. I really want to know more about like the primal fears and all that. We really only got to saw the Darkness Devil and all that, which was pretty crazy overpowered. Pretty much killed like all the other fiends that like Beam. He's the GOAT. I like him. He saved Denji when he was about to get his heart taken by Reize, and also saved Denji versus I think like the Doll Devil and all that. Yeah, I loved most of them. I don't really have a lot of complaints. I think it's really good. I really recommend it to everyone. Yeah, it's I don't really got that much else to say. One thing that I've heard like part 2 isn't really as good and all that, but you know, I won't let that, you know, those opinions like really sway how I'm gonna feel about part 2. But I'll probably make a part 2 video once I catch up to the manga eventually. Yeah, man, that's kind of about it. It's a pretty short video. Okay, one other thing I wanted to mention is the anime. You know, a lot of people have like a problem with the anime because it doesn't really feel like the manga. I didn't really feel that. I didn't really feel that. Maybe because I haven't seen the anime since it came out and all that, you know. But I did remember a lot of it. So maybe my opinions would change if I did rewatch the anime, like, you know, right now or something. But, well, you know, I kind of felt the same, you know, during that whole beginning portion of the manga as I did feel during the anime, you know. But the manga gets like way better, you know. Halfway through volume 5 and everything else caught my attention, man. Couldn't put it down, you know. Yeah, that's about it. Peace, bye. Go read Chainsaw Man. Follow me on Twitter. Peace and bye.